My work often revolves around questions related to what does it mean to be a woman in this world. To tell you about how I became interested in this subject or when I became interested in this, I think I would have to tell you basically the story of my life. Because I am a woman who was born in Latin America in a context with social injustice and a specific gender violence is a huge issue. I am convinced that misogyny is one of the things that has caused me like most pain in this life. So yeah, therefore it's absolutely relevant for me. It's connected to my life. As I said, I remember when I went to Taiwan in 2017 for the World Stage Design, and I was very lucky to be in a workshop with Rosane and Renato, and it was like about costume and performance, and I started to develop this idea, and we took some photos, we had some fun, we took it outside, and then the next day I just received the news that some of my closest friends had been seriously assaulted. So you have to deal with a lot of those moments when you are creating and you are working in fiction with materials and interesting ideas, and then you are pulled back to reality. I have practiced mainly as a costume designer, but at some point during my career I started to become interested in developing my own ideas, because I had mainly practiced working with a director or a producer. So therefore I started to look for an MA, and I came to London to Central St. Martin's, where I studied performance design. During the 2 years that my course lasted, I was able to produce this performance called Missing Daughters. Of course, I had like a lot of questions around me as a Mexican artist going outside my country. Should I produce something related to Mexico? And the answer is yes, because that's a part of my identity, what really moves me. I was afraid that it might be like too local, that people might not relate to it. But in the end, I think even though it's a very specific and it might be like even private conversation, it can be understood all around the world, because sadly this problematic is not only particular of Mexico or Latin America. I had some answers from the audience after the performance, and some of them were like, wow, I didn't really know this was happening. Having the opportunity to create this project was really significant for me, because it allowed me to create like a counter narrative against a huge narrative upon which I often feel really powerless against it. So it allowed not only me, but the amazing group of women that collaborated with me to express a way of resistance against these problematics that often feel so overwhelming. I'm still working in this project because it was like an academic practice. I was able to receive feedback from my tutors, and I'm thinking about the things that I would like to improve, mainly focusing on costume. This subject is like a huge obsession, and at the same time a huge impulse, like a force that is a driving force that tells me to keep on going this way. So I am very open to start working in other subjects, but I can't promise anything.